Hey everybody, it's Liam Landry here with the Small Wrestling Alliance, and I'm joined by...
Hello everybody, you know me. Okay, no you don't, but you know who I am. I'm your Small Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Champion, Issa J.
Anyways...
I know you don't like it when I do it all the time, so I'm trying to get it done as fast as I can for you.
No, we're only positive here.
Okay.
We just got finished watching NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, and I'll scoot over to let you get in the camera view a little more.
Alright, cool.
Yes, and we're here to give you all, was it worth it?
Oh man, I want to spoil it, but I'm not going to. But if you guys watched it, you're already spoiled, so if you actually watched it, Triple H spoils us. Thank you, Triple H. I don't know what was better though, this or New Orleans. I gotta trying to figure that one out. That one's tough. But
well, let's figure it out by going into the matches. First match of the night for the NXT Tag Team Championships, we had the Undisputed Era the champions represented by Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, taking on the team of Mustache Mountain, which is the team of Tyler Bates and Trent Seven.
Mm-hmm. A part of British Strong Style.
Yes, two-thirds of British Strong Style.
Yes, and for the first time, a tag team match wasn't my favorite. However, I am going to choose this match for tomorrow or for our podcast because I already know which one's yours. So I'm going to let you have that one. Because you deserve it. You are Mr. NXT of our brand, of our channel.
That's true.
So, but I'll take this one for tomorrow.
Mr. Wednesday Night.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But this was my second favorite of the night. It was so bloody fast-paced, so bloody good. The callbacks with the towel and Trent, the heart and soul of all four guys kicking out of things they had no business kicking out of. And the fast pace of the match, they did not slow down. And the only times they did was to set up a move. After the move, they just kept on going. It was so amazing.
I mean, it was good storytelling because the whole idea is, they're very upset about the loss and everything, and they're going back with a lot of energy, a lot of trying to kill the other guy, a lot of gutspo in that regards, and so it was all made sense with everything like 100%. That. And it was all really great back and forth action. I think they even had building for the hot tag, but never dragged or felt like pacing was off. So it was very well structured in that regards.
I also love how you said, "Wow, that wasn't a hot tag; that was a nuclear tag."
Yes, by the second or third hot tag for Mustache Mountain, it was so electric in there. The crowd was so crazy. It was a nuclear level heat tag going on.
And I just love how he's got it. He goes. Trent goes in to try to save the day, but the ref pushes him out. Then Roderick Strong comes in and pulls
Kyle O'Reilly, who had Tyler Bates in a submission hold.
Yeah, pulled him all the way back to their corner.
Great heel dynamics.
And then he goes to try to attack. No, not yet. And it's like Trent is looking. He's like, "Oh man, I can't believe this." He goes. He grabs the towel. He's about to throw it in. He stops. He's looking at Tyler Bate. Then here comes Roderick Strong. He gets thrown over, and he's like, "Do you want me to throw the towel?" And then Tyler Bates like, just do it, and he's about to, and he throws it away, and he's like, "No, come on, Tyler," and he gets the tag, and that was such a good moment, and just from start to finish, I absolutely bloody love this match, and it's only second favorite because of not by much,
Well, we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. But, so
Let's
good.
Just focus
so good. Yes, it was worth it.
On this one here. Yes, definitely worth it. Very good.
What happened after the match?
Really great. After the match, Wolverines kept their promise of going after whoever wins and just destroyed the winners of the match, Undisputed Era. I don't think we actually mentioned that in the match itself, but Undisputed Era, who ended up winning with a total eliminators.
That's a sweet looking move.
Yeah, that actually came from the Eliminators from ECW.
Okay.
Perry Saturn, I forget his tag team partner, but that was their maneuver. But anyways, yeah, afterwards, War Raiders came in and destroyed Undisputed Era, continuing their promise. That was the first time you ever seen War Raiders in action?
Yes, that was the first time I saw them in action. More so, though, I was just impressed with how fluid they were in the ring.
But that's what I was saying. It's like the first time you get to see how fluid
exactly.
they were.
Like, he gets thrown, boom, sit-down powerbomb, and that guy just rolls over and darts for a suicide dive, like, out of nowhere. I'm just like, how the crud is he able to move that fast? And then he goes to, like, a whole leg drop thing.
Yeah.
That's like, what? These men shouldn't, like, physics or the laws of physics does not dictate how these men are able to move. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, you should.
But it's fantastic.
Though, wait till you see War Games.
Oh, I'm
that's
ready.
Of course coming up, and
I'm ready.
It's definitely setting up to be
2. Oh
Undisputed Era, mustache, British Strong Style, and maybe the team of War Raiders teaming up with Ricochet.
How cool would it be if it's like for all the belts?
It could be for quite a few belts by that time, but anyways,
that would be awesome.
All of that whole segment and plus the stuff afterwards was worth it. So,
100% worth it.
Yes.
Let's get into match 2, and it was
Velveteen Dream versus EC3, the top 1% of NXT.
And I have to say this, I wasn't able to see all of this match. Unfortunately, I had to do a lot of editing during this one. However, the stuff I did see was fantastic and amazing.
Before we get into the real meat of the match, let's go into the fact that beforehand there was video segments for both guys.
Yes.
Where they actually had Velveteen Dream doing his normal purple smoke thing, but then EC3 comes in. He has his own golden smoke. They're on equal levels on amazing promo skills. Like that.
Great.
That was at least a 4-star promos.
Oh, 100%.
Before we get to the match. So completely hyped. And then we get into the match itself. It started off with a very...
Well, before we start about the match, again, sorry, we can't even talk about the match just yet. Velveteen comes in. He does his twirl, arms out, and right there on his butt, call me up, Vince.
Yes.
What the balls on Velveteen Dream? Oh my gosh, that was funny as heck.
That's why his posture is so unique.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, let's get into the match.
Into the match itself. We start off with Velveteen Dream just really overselling, almost looking as a callback city, of course, to Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan at, I don't remember which SummerSlam it was, but it was the only match they had at SummerSlam.
2000.
It was something in the 2000s.
Something like that. 2005.
But anyways,
something like that.
Where Shawn Michaels completely oversold for Hulk Hogan, and it was definitely in this because it seemed like the EC3 almost had the strength of a combined of Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, and Braun Strowman all in one.
I love the part in the beginning where he throws them onto the top of the turnbuckle. He brings him up. He goes all the way up.
Well, like he was doing multiple kicks, and he's just like bouncing up, and then just on the third kick, he goes and crotches himself on the top rope.
And it's just like,
which is really a direct callback. That's why I really thought about
directly, and it's just so great that they even had the balls to do that. But then later on in the match, it just went completely serious. Like, they knew how to have the funny, ridiculous moments and then seamlessly transition into, no, I want this match won for me.
After Velveteen Dream gets the swinging DDT onto the metal part of the ramp, it becomes a point where he takes the advantage and working on the neck of EC3, and then EC3 has to really fight back and fight as the underdog there, and eventually does come back, but his neck continues to make more problems, and then Velveteen Dream really has to try to take him down with everything he has, and hits the Dream Valley Driver onto the apron, followed by a Purple Rainmaker onto the apron as well. really showing that he needs everything to take him down. So it's a loss for EC3, but you're looking very strong in that loss. Yes.
And I can see EC3 starting to win from here on. Because I feel like Velveteen Dream definitely takes a lot of losses. Mm-hmm. Cassius Ohno being the only win that I'm aware of when it comes to high-profile events in the past couple years, basically.
Mm-hmm. But,
however, Velveteen definitely needed this win, and wow, what a win. Yes, it was. From what I saw, yes, it was worth it.
Yes, and for EC3, it's technically victories after victory after victory after a loss after victory after victory after victory. But, I mean, still what a record.
Still what a record, indeed. It was a great match.
Yes, great match. Now we move on to another match.
It's so hard to place which one's your favorite of the night because they were all so bloody good. It's just all in a margin of just 0.4 or 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, you know what I mean?
It's like asking me what's my favorite child. There may be a clear victor, but all the other ones can come real close. Because
True.
I didn't name them Victor.
The match is Adam Cole, baby, versus Ricochet.
Boom, baby. Versus the one and only Ricochet.
Yes. And this was also... By the time this match starts, of course, the crowd is spent. So it is a slow build of a lot of chain stuff going on back and forth, which is fine. But by the end of the match...
I mean, you just get really great sequences. Yeah. Really amazing out of nowhere stuff. Some callbacks to previous matches. Well, the one previous match they had.
Mm-hmm.
And some new really great stuff that you just kind of like crazy and think like, wow, how'd they do that?
Yeah. Or the springboard into a super kick, unprotected.
A springboard moonsault into a super kick.
Unprotected. And
then followed by the neck breaker.
Yeah, and it's just like, what? Why would you agree to not only do that spot, but take that bump? It looked brutal. It looked awesome. It was a great bloody match. It was a great bloody spot. Oh my gosh. Ricochet is... Him versus Ospreay was amazing. I absolutely loved that match. I was able to find it and watch it. But this match over here was just as bloody good, man. Holy crud. It was... No, Adam Cole isn't the high flyer of...
Ospreay.
Will Ospreay, but he's still just as good, man. Still just as good. But yeah,
I mean, he definitely showed himself as the opportunist.
Yeah, 100%.
Which plays into his character. So his character and his style meshed perfectly into the rest of the match.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, the match does end when Ricochet becomes your new North American NXT champion after a impressive triple flip. 720.
It's the
830.
It's the Cornet Killer.
The Cornet Killer. Nice. Yes, it was 100% worth it. Just 3 in a row, 100% worth it. Yeah.
Yes.
And then it was crazy because after the crowd was completely spent by the first match, it takes a while, but then the crowd really gets into the second match. And again, the crowd is spent, but they really get into the end of this match. It's unfortunate that the women are next, but towards the end of this match, the crowd started getting in. Of course, it was Kairi Sane versus your NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler, for said championship. And even though Shayna isn't my favorite, and I haven't seen a lot from Kairi yet, what I got to see here was good. Probably Shayna versus Nikki was probably Shayna's best match still, in my opinion. But this one, you still see that she is doing more wrestling than just MMA, which I really do like.
Yes, it was a real good matchup there. A lot of working, the leg and some real bro stuff with that. But Kari, of course, showed she had the killer instinct to take the advantage and win. And some really great stuff, and a really great sequence at the end there.
Yes.
To really pull it all through. So I think it was paced really well as well. Didn't linger too long on these submissions and everything.
And what was really, really good about it was it gave the crowd enough time to just breathe because it was a slower match than the rest. And because of that, by towards the end, everyone was backing Kairi, and when she won, she got that pop.
Yes.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
One thing I do want to say and point out, though, is that in the last match, long hair fan guy was mad about Ricochet winning. He usually roots for the faces, so if even he has been corrupted by Adam Cole, no one can be safe from Adam Cole.
You're forgetting about Red Face Fan, the ultimate of fans. My number one fan.
I don't know him yet, so.
Well, the number one fan that I believe is the number one. But no, he's of course not in. He's not into any heels out there. He's only cheers the faces, and he loves them even more than Bailey Superfan. I forget her name a lot of the time.
Yeah, Liz or something like that. Lizzie, something like that.
Something like that. Izzy. Because I saw her like in the background one time, and she was doing the guitar thingy with it. And I was like, no, even she become a smock now. No.
Undisputed Era can corrupt anyone.
Except for Red Face Fan.
Oh, his time's coming. Time's coming.
No, he's uncorruptible. Unlike Johnny Gargano.
Oh, we'll get to that
Which
match.
leads into our next match.
Now. Before that, because it was a beautiful segue, we have to say one thing. The rumors are true. Matt Riddle is going to NXT.
Yeah. I was just really... I did like his going to there, because everyone's normally just like waving and stuff. He says, oh yeah, bro. It would only been better if, like I said, he recreated that scene with him behind Tyler Bates, where he was just like with the beer. And it's like, if only they recreated that would have been awesome.
Oh, that would have been great. But at least he did more. He was a lot flashier. But yeah, all right.
The day of bro is coming, so.
Oh boy, here we go. Or here we bro.
Yes. Now back into my great transition.
Yes, into the great transition that is.
And to Taz mission. It's reference to Taz's song. Okay,
yeah.
Anyways, yes. To the Gargano Ciampa match.
For the NXT Heavyweight Championship. Last man standing match. The match they were supposed to have at Extreme Rules, but they had it now instead.
At the NXT before Extreme Rules.
But yeah, the NXT before Extreme Rules, that's right. For Money in the Bank.
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
One of those.
Shut up. That was for Money in the Bank. The NXT before the Money in the Bank. That's what it was.
NXT Chicago.
Yes.
Anyways, yes, this was a really amazing match. With all the callbacks, that's why we were talking about Callback City.
It was Callback City, even more so in this one.
A lot of brutality and maneuvers, and
I think this like Callback City was the last 4 matches. This was Callback Country.
Callback Nation.
Exactly. But continue.
Yes, a lot of great stuff. Really great working with them, all the psychology and storytelling. It was the best last man standing match I ever saw, especially since they didn't just wait like 5 minutes in, and one person almost can't reach 10 count at that point. They brutalized each other before it got to that point, and the sequences where they were going through and having this rush of adrenaline. There was the point where they both laid each other out and then both got back up right after the first count. And I think it was just real intense and really sucked the crowd in and got you on that emotional roller coaster. And like the last match, they showed that because Gargano was, enraged and crazy and wanted to take out Ciampa, that was his ended up being his downfall with a very creative, very creative victory.
Yeah.
For Ciampa.
I loved how while he was handcuffed, he was able to have the sense of it all to just slide and be on the floor, and that's technically 2 feet up. He's standing tall.
And it kind of
what a great brutal match.
And they kind of foreshadowed that earlier on when he escaped the ring in order to get back to his feet. Oh, and they had the greatest callback of the night, which was Ciampa using the crutch to help himself out.
That was amazing.
Yes. It was one of the most amazing spots, and it involved someone standing up with a crutch.
Yeah. One of my favorites, though, one of my favorite spots was when Gargano was going for his knee strike. I don't know what it's called, what he calls it.
I don't know.
But he goes for that knee strike. Ciampa is able to get out of the way.
That was more of a callback to Ciampa, because that's how he actually injured Gargano in one of the NXT tapings on an NXT show, was that he put him up against the light fixture and hit him with a running knee.
Well, I wasn't talking about then. I was talking about before then.
Oh.
It was like right by the
Ciampa hitting the knee with the steel chair?
Not yet.
Not that one?
Gargano runs to hit Ciampa with his knee. Misses. Knocks the dude on the floor. And then...
Oh, well, that was more with the super kick.
Oh, it was a super kick.
Yeah, super kick. Miss ends up knocking out some, I guess, ring...
Young lion.
Well,
Let's call him a young lion.
A guy pretending to be a ring tech, but of course just developmental guy.
Yeah. So he's laid out.
Only for then afterwards for Ciampa to take advantage of a distracted Gargano to take a steel chair and ram it, with his knee into the head of Gargano through the barricades.
And then
threw everything, including the unconscious man, on top of Gargano.
That was so great. That was such a great moment. And if you want to go back and watch our live reactions, you can hear Liam here just screaming, "Stack the unconscious man! Stack!" Oh, he did it! He
was
did
like,
it!
"Stack the unconscious man! He's doing it! He can listen to me! He can hear me!"
That was great. Oh man, it was, and he's just stacking everything. And so bloody good. Oh,
do what I say, Ciampa. Follow at Liam_SWA.
Taking just callback after callback. If this is not over 5 stars, I will be mad. If the first match isn't over 5 stars, I will be mad. Heck, if the first 3 and the finale is not over 5 stars, I will be mad. I get it. He has his own feels, but those 5 stars for me. Yes, this match was worth it.
Wrestling, yeah, definitely worth it. The only thing I'm surprised that Candice LeRae didn't show up.
I guess she's sick and tired of Johnny being corrupted.
I don't know. I mean, last time we saw him with her, it was the point where she came out and told him to go get him after.
That was like the last TakeOver though.
Yeah.
So. But the one thing I do want to say about Johnny was, I loved how his ring gear had a warped version of himself, his little face. That was so cool because it added to the story of Johnny Gargano losing himself, losing his identity. And like, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but his knee pad that has his face, was in the beginning of the match, was it his normal face, but then later on in the match it was his corrupted face? Because if that was so, that would be amazing. That just storytelling beyond belief, you know what I mean? Like, to have the foresight to go that far.
I don't know.
So
I didn't
good.
see it as a corrupted face later on.
Good.
But it does show a great thing that was the knee he tried to use on Ciampa.
Yes.
And only yet to get injured and not be able to make it back to his feet.
Just the story, main roster, what are you doing
Only their fashion can beat out Velveteen Dream's fashion because of how it signifies things.
Yeah, but
then.
main roster, what are you doing wrong? How are you not this good yet? Dang.
Well, it's because they have no talent on the main roster, of course.
I mean, they have a lot of talent. They just don't let them do what they can do.
None of those guys are good enough.
But I guess that's the show, right?
They all hit their peak right before they debuted, and it was all downhill somehow.
But oh man, what a
coincidence!
Show. Overall, this was a fantastic show. Perfectly paced.
Yes.
The card was perfectly placed together. Perfectly paced, perfectly placed. 100% great.
Didn't end at 12. That was nice.
Very
good. Good ones.
So true.
Yeah.
Another thing that's really, really amazing though, and a lot of people may or may not agree, was the fact that the matches, even if some were 20 minutes long, even if they were 30 minutes long, felt fresh from start to finish. It didn't feel like it overstayed its welcome.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns.
The only thing is, like,
yeah, what a call.
when it comes to kind of like with New Japan as well, it's not as long as the main roster, but you do feel as emotionally drained afterwards just because of how excited you were.
Yeah, like from start to
SummerSlam, you just feel emotionally drained because of how sad you are.
Yeah. Let's not bring in the main roster anymore for the rest of the review. It was
the
a
rest
great
of the
show.
weekend.
Well,
we'll rewatch this tomorrow.
We'll be reacting to this again. Who cares what DJ says? But yeah, guys, definitely go watch this. Definitely go out of your way to check this show out if you have the opportunity, because it was great. It was a fantastic show from start to finish, like we said. Comment below what you thought. Seriously, guys, comment below what you thought about the show.
Yeah, and if you liked the video, remember to leave a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell.
But don't forget to share it to all of your friends
and your enemies. And why should they hit the notification bell, Issa?
Well, you should hit the notification bell so that way you are notified when our videos come up and when we go live. We went live for this event, TakeOver Brooklyn 4, and if you hit the notification bell, you would know that. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock p.m., we're going live again for our podcast, Shooting with the Smarky Family. Later on, like an hour and a half later, we're going live again for SummerSlam. Dang it. We're going to be going live for a long bloody time tomorrow. Crud. I hope it's a good show. If it's a good show, we'll be okay. We won't die.
I'm gonna react to this like this. Just had TakeOver.
Oh, this is so good! Stop watching TakeOver, Liam. Never.
How do you know I'm watching TakeOver? You're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Good point.
And then, of course, our other shows that are on the. We aren't doing our main roster. Was it worth it? At the moment, we're taking a break from those because of the toll it takes emotionally for us. We will be breaking until probably SummerSlam. We'll still be watching, but just not reviewing. But we're still reviewing 205 Live and NXT. Some Survivor Series. Dang it.
It took a 1 week.
Elimination Chamber, Extreme Rules. Survivor Series, SummerSlam. Why do you have to make things so similar? Oh, why do you have to have so many pay-per-views? Dang it.
Survivor Slam.
For Extreme Series.
Extreme Chamber.
Elimination Series. And what will be the last?
Summer Rules.
Summer Rules?
Summer Rules.
Oh, man. But, yeah. We cannot wait for War Games 2.
Yes.
But, dang it, we gotta. Until then, we'll be watching SummerSlam. Anyways, we're going on a huge tangent here. Let's end the video. Call us out, my friend.
You can follow me on Twitter at Liam_SWA.
Follow me on Twitter at IsaJ_STP.
And until next time, see ya.